This is the Toronto Today podcast. I'm your host, Greg Brady. You know this already. We've talked about what's called a bollard boom, and that's Toronto homeowners installing bollards in their driveway. Why? It's kind of a last resort to protect their cars. But what about your house? There's more home invasions, more break-ins year after year. A lot of them are younger people. They know they can't get in trouble with the Youth Criminal Justice Act. So I saw this across Instagram, and it's the power of advertising. A company called Canada First is basically helping Canadians protect their families and their homes. Corrie Elief is the founder of Canada First and joins us now on Toronto Today. It's a remarkable product. It's a hell of a sales pitch as well. We agree that I'm not a customer of yours, and if I am, I'll pay full freight. But I was awfully intrigued seeing this, and you must be getting an awful lot of demand. A, based on the ad itself, and B, it's just the times we're living in. Sad to say.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We didn't think the business was going to be this busy when we started it. Funny enough, I had bought a warehouse to start a gym. Turns out I turned that warehouse into storage for the 18 trucks that we now have after a year of being in business. So we have 18 techs. We work across the entire GTA, all the way up to Kitchener-Waterloo, Guelph, up to Vaughan, as far north as Barrie, and then as far east as I think we've been in Ajax.
Yeah, well, that's where I live. So, bottom line is, you're making homes a lot more fortified, and you're basically making it close to impossible for the glass to shatter. Is that the best way to describe what you do? A lot of other stuff as well with the deadbolts, and there's an alarm system and whatnot. But you're basically like, there's a lot more fortification than your average home. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so I mean, our homes weren't built, for times like these. Crime is at an all-time high for property crime. In most homes, your door frame, you lock your deadbolt at night, and you're only protected by about an inch and a half or 2 inches of wood in your door frame. So the number one way that they get in is they kick in your door. The number two
Mhm.
way that they break in is they break the window beside your door. They reach in their arm and they unlock the door. And the third way that they're breaking in is they go to your back door and they break your tempered glass sliding door. And a sliding door can be broken into in less than 5 seconds. So a brick, and people leave interlocking stone, they leave stuff around their house, they grab a rock from your garden, they throw it through the window, and they're in. So what we did is we took products that were designed for U.S. embassies, they were designed for big banks, they were designed for government buildings. Originally, this technology 10, 15 years ago was for blast proofing government buildings, embassies, and things like this. So literally, when a bomb goes off outside of the building, the glass doesn't become a weapon itself, it holds all the glass together. So we brought that to the public, and instead of somebody having to spend tens of thousands of dollars to, replace all their windows, what we can do is convert the existing windows and convert the existing doors to be almost burglar proof. I mean, I can't guarantee it's burglar proof. If somebody really,
Yeah,
really wants to get
yeah.
in and they want to spend 10 minutes out there, 15 minutes out there, I'm sure that they could do it. But, it's definitely a deterrent. And we've actually seen our products stop break-ins on camera.
Who are your customers? Are they mostly families with a lot to protect?
It's customers in Burlington and Oakville and Kitchener and Waterloo, and it's average homes. So we took a product. When I came out with this, I'm like, we need to make houses, secure, but we need to do it for the average person. So we, as low as, like, I'd say we could probably convert average home or a small home for about $1,500. Then we got customers in Oakville, South Oakville. They're on the water. It's like a $15 million mansion, and they'll spend 25, 30,000. They'll do every window in their house. So it's really customers of all walks of life. I mean, at the end of the day, the number one thing that I wanted to protect was my family. I've got nice stuff. I owned a company, a few companies before this. So I wanted to be able to protect my family, because in this country, what you really want to do is, just the way our laws are written, you want to detect, you want to deter, and you want to delay, right? Unfortunately, that last step of defense is where you're going to be into some gray areas with the law. And we could talk about that some other time. But
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ultimate
for sure.
goal is
Well,
just
yeah, I've only got
getting out of the
about
house.
45 seconds left, but I think you hit on it, and you're, it's an apolitical company. You're going to service everybody, but to your point, the changing times, the fact that this is just more prominent, and just anecdotally, the data bears it out, but anecdotally, it happens on your street, and you're like, well, if they were successful with Buddy three houses over, why won't they try me next time? That's what we're asking ourselves.
Yeah, and that's how they're breaking in for the cars too, by the way. So a lot of the times they're coming in. I had a friend, they stole his G-Wagon. A guy threw a
Hmm.
rock through his glass window, walked in. He's like, "Give me the keys to the G-Wagon." right? Had a gun in his hand, takes the G-Wagon. So they're coming for the vehicles, and a lot of times they're coming for, precious goods. But, at the end of the day, keep them out of the house. That's the number one target. Don't just get them on camera. Don't have an alarm. That's all good, but that's not the only solution. Keep them out of your house. Fortify the windows, fortify the doors, and then they're on the outside of your house and you're safe.
That's Corrie Elief, founder of Canada First. You can go to canadafirst.com, find out more. It's a remarkable product, and I just plain simple want people to know about it so they know there's an option, especially those windows. Nobody wants to put bars on the windows. This is a much better and way cooler, way more aesthetic solution. Thank you for the time today.
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate you.
Corrie Elief joining us, founder of Canada First. Thanks for listening to the Toronto Today podcast. We drop the highlights of the daily show every weekday morning. Don't forget, you can hear the entire show on the radio, at home, on your smart speaker. Ask Alexa or say, "Hey, Google."